As we wait for Sir Jim Ratcliffe's investment in Manchester United to be ratified, Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim has reacted to claims from the Glazer family that he did not provide proof of funds when he tried to buy the club. Our chief reporter Kaveh Solhekol joins us on set this evening. Kaveh, then how has Sheikh Jassim reacted?
Well, I think he's not speaking publicly, but my understanding is that he is bemused and amused by these accusations that his bids to buy Manchester United didn't involve him showing proof of funds. So basically what's happening is that he is taking legal advice in the US about these claims that his bids weren't fully funded and there wasn't proof of financing. He made several bids for United. His final bid was worth £4.5 billion. We're told that it was a cash bid, it was debt-free, and it was fully funded, and he was ready to go. And what's more, our understanding is that he did provide a guarantee from the chief executive of the Qatar National Bank. Now, the Qatar National Bank, QNB, is the biggest financial institution in the Middle East and Africa. His bid team are now consulting lawyers in the US, and they need to decide whether they contact the US Securities Commission and ask them to correct the record as far as they're concerned, because they believe that they did provide proof of funding. So we've got two sides of the story. On the one hand, United and the Glazers not naming Sheikh Jassim or the Qataris. I think in their filing on Wednesday, they referred to bidder A as somebody who made bids, several bids for the club, but as far as they could tell, didn't have sufficient proof of funding. On the other hand, we're being told by sources in Qatar that is ridiculous. You know, Qatar is one of the richest countries in the world. Sheikh Jassim had the money ready to go in the Qatar National Bank, and he had written guarantees from the chief executive of QNB that the money was in place for him to buy United.
So if he did have the money, as we understand, you know, he has said he did, why did this deal not happen? Why did he not buy them?
Very good question. I think the simple answer to that is he believed that United weren't worth what the Glazers were asking. His final bid, £4.5 billion. United's market capitalisation today is £2.6 billion. So he believes he was offering almost double what United were worth. So he believes he was overpaying, but there was a limit to what he was going to pay. Now, could he have done what Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos have done and buy a minority stake? That is something that he was not interested in at all. For him, he wanted to buy 100% of the club. He had big plans for the club. He was going to pay off the debt. He was going to build a new stadium, apparently, improve the training ground, the infrastructure. So he had big plans. And I think the reason he's bemused is he would say, if he spoke in public, I think, he would say, look, I negotiated personally with the Glazers for a year. If they think that I didn't have the money to buy Manchester United, why were they negotiating with me for such a long time? And also, he's incurred costs of millions and millions of pounds with lawyers, bankers, advisors to run his whole bid for a year. So I just think that he believes it is pretty ridiculous to accuse him of not having had the money to buy Manchester United. He was totally serious. He believes he wanted to buy the club, and he wanted to buy 100% of the club, and he was willing to pay almost double what it's worth. Now, as far as Manchester United are concerned this evening, they are not commenting further, and they stand by the filing that was made on Wednesday.